For hundreds of years, visitors to Scotland's Loch Ness have sworn that they have seen a monster coming up from the depths.
Scientists discover a new species lurking in the depths of the Southern Ocean. This is the Antarctic strawberry feather star.
Whether it's the critically endangered old animal species or the sudden appearance of once eluded animals,
look at that crazy thing.
what dwells deep beneath the surface is far more eerie than one might expect. Tune in to watch some of the most enigmatic animals that will surely surprise you to your core. Picture an entity so dread-inducing that it outstrips the fear factor of a crocodile. In a scene straight out of a thriller, a group of adventurous tourists set out on a kayaking expedition in an unfamiliar river in August 2017. Their cameras rolled as they encountered a truly peculiar aquatic creature, swimming just a stone's throw away. Its body bore a striking resemblance to a crocodile, yet its facial features and jaws took an utterly different and sinister turn. At the apex of its countenance, an enormous nasal opening was flanked by two massive, menacing teeth. Fortunately, the alert tourists spotted this ill-tempered crocodile in the nick of time, averting a potential and catastrophic encounter. Rare frilled shark. Frilled shark may not look as intimidating as other shark species, but its bite is so vicious that it balances the scale. It has a fringe-like appearance with gill slits on both sides.
The frilled shark is one of the most bizarre-looking creatures on the planet. It really does look like an alien.
At first, you might think they aren't as scary as they look, until you look at their teeth, which are designed in clusters of trident-shaped teeth that point vertically and inward. This helps them maintain a strong grip despite having weak jaws, enabling them to hold slippery creatures like a squid easily.
They can distend their mouths open and eat things that are more than half their body length.
This 1.5-meter creature feeds on smaller sharks, fishes, and cephalopods, and typically lives at a depth of 1,570 meters throughout the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Alien fish. Back in 2016, Malaysian fishermen reeled in an inexplicable catch. Despite its bizarre appearance, this marine creature belongs to the eel goby subfamily, typically found in mud-dwelling habitats. What sets it apart is its complete lack of eyes and sensory organs on its external body, making it an eerie and unique find. The locals were utterly perplexed by this grotesque and otherworldly-looking specimen, unlike anything they had ever encountered. This fish boasts sharp, needle-like teeth jutting from its jaw, adding to its alien and nightmarish appearance, akin to a creature one might expect to see in a horror film. According to some experts, this could be the aftermath effect of the Fukushima disaster. Rare shark found. Even though this may restore some faith, when it's actually pointless if this species can't reproduce.
A rare shark has been found for sale at a fish market in Taiwan.
In March 2023, fishermen in Taiwan captured this critically endangered shark and only discovered it after it was brought to the local fish market for sale. It had a stingray-like snout along with double the fins on its upper back.
It's lobster day. They only get lobster once a week, so it's an exciting day for them.
It wasn't until a local marine biologist identified it as the bowmouth guitarfish before the shark sold off at an auction.
Questions about bowmouth guitarfish. Are they a shark? Are they a stingray? Are they a fish?
Initially, a breeding operation was decided, but later it was released back into the ocean. Critically endangered sawfish.
Southwest Florida. That's when he reeled in an estimated 800-pound endangered sawfish.
A group of thrilled fishermen in the Treasure Coast area of Florida, USA, experienced sheer elation when they successfully reeled in a colossal and critically endangered sawfish.
Oh my God, that's a huge one! Wow. Oh my God, that's the biggest sawfish I've ever seen in my life!
This extraordinary catch was a rare occurrence during their fishing expedition, initially aimed at catching sharks. Merely 10 minutes into their trip, the private chef from Middleton, New Jersey, and his friend, who happened to be a local fishing guide, landed an enormous sawfish which they estimated to weigh between 700 to 800 pounds and measure nearly 15 feet in length.
Dude, this thing is like 13, 14 feet long. 15 feet long.
Recognizing the precarious status of this critically endangered species, they carefully assessed and safely released the majestic sawfish back into its natural habitat. Giant rare sturgeon. A fisherman in northeast China experienced a once-in-a-lifetime moment when he successfully hauled in an astonishing 514-kilogram endangered Kaluga sturgeon, believed to be nearly a century old.
Believes this may be the largest one caught on the Upper Fraser. It's more than 100 years old.
This remarkable catch took place in the Helanjiang River near Fuyang in China's Heilongjiang province. Recognizing the importance of preserving this critically endangered species, a local government bureau purchased the colossal fish for $31,000. The sturgeon, which measures a substantial 3.59 meters in length, will be used for artificial breeding efforts to help safeguard its dwindling population. Which has been threatened by overfishing driven by the demand for its caviar. Living fossil. Even for sharks, this one looks far more terrifying than most of its peer species. Fishermen in Yulin caught an 800-kilogram peculiar-looking sea creature that was found off Taiwan's northeast coast.
Weighing 800 kilograms, it's the largest specimen ever caught in Taiwan.
It was only thought to be a prehistoric predator of some kind, with it having a unique body structure. After close examination by the Fisheries Research Institute, it was found to be a rare species of the goblin shark that is said to be a living fossil, as it was thought to have gone extinct. The fishermen intended to sell the shark to a restaurant, but the Taiwan Ocean Artistic Museum bought it off them for preservation as a specimen, as well as display. Unknown specimen. At this point, it is safe to say that the Taiwanese waters sure are rich in biodiversity. In a fish market located in the eastern region of Taiwan's Tantong County, a catch of another highly unusual and eye-catching fish captivated the attention of the locals. This peculiar specimen, as per experts, was identified as armored sea robin, which is a bottom-feeding species that are usually found at depths of 300 to 500 meters.
它是底栖性的鱼类，它平常是匍匐在海底，就是找寻食物这样。那比较少被。
Its distinctive appearance and rarity made it a unique find in the local market, drawing both intrigue and scientific curiosity. Haunting ghost shark. Ghost sharks have been known to be deep-sea dwellers for a while now, but this one looked to be far more haunting of its kind than ever to be found before.
Whoa, look at this guy.
Indonesian fishermen found a unique type of ghost shark, which was revealed to be a discovery of new species of its kind.
Beautiful shape. This is that new species of chimera.
From the eyes, the snout to its body structure was completely different as compared to other ghost sharks. It was measured to be over 3 feet long with the spine on its back that carries a potent venom.
Look at that spine with the serrations on the end. It's a serious weapon.
That might be quite lethal. This species is believed to be as 400 million years old. Goonch catfish. Catfishes are usually known to be significantly huge in size, where this one certainly broke the record. Goonch catfish are believed to be the world's largest catfish, being 10 to 12 feet long, with a bit of an alien look, having a bullet-shaped head with cat-like eyes and incredibly sharp teeth. A National Geographic expert and ecologist, Zeb Hogan, reported that this catfish species are known to hunker down in the rocky bed and due their camouflage coloration, it is almost impossible to identify them.
Goonch catfish, they like hunkering down in rocks.
He further added that since they giants have a flattened body along with long wispy wide fins that help it sit on the bottom, even in really fast-flowing water.
It has a flattened body and these long fins. It's built to be able to sit on the bottom.
unidentified deep-sea fish. Judging from its physical characteristics, this fish looks to be a dweller from the deep under. This unknown fish species was found in a fishing net off the coast of Russia. It had eyes much bigger than its face, along with a mouth facing downwards on its snout. It had a very rough scaled body tissue with little to no fins. Considering how it looked to have its body texture wearing out and also the design of the tail, it is believed to be a fish from the deep sea and relies on high pressure to thrive. Actual intact alien carcass. Maybe those UFO sightings that have been made over the course of decades were not all fake after all.
They're like 9 foot, 10 foot tall. They look like aliens to us. Big eyes, they have big eyes.
Pedestrians in downtown London captured and shared this footage dated June 2016, where what looks to be several alien-like carcasses that were being transported on the back of military trucks, with most viewers raising the question of what if this was a result of an actual real-life battle with the extraterrestrials. Others believe it is props used in an alien action movie. Two-headed whale. Possibly a consequence of a challenging partnership, a pair of seemingly conjoined whale calves were discovered lifeless off the coast of Mexico. This unique occurrence marked the first recorded instance of conjoined whales in Mexico, according to marine biologists.
And it was composed of 2 whale calves. It had 2 heads, double fins, 2 tails.
It was a grim reality that these premature, conjoined twins faced an insurmountable struggle for survival.
Was a typical conjoined organism. The separation was incomplete, and the twins remained together.
The deceased creature was a female, and researchers extracted tissue samples for in-depth analysis. In a respectful gesture, the carcass was interred at a beach near the lagoon, where it was found. To delve deeper into this rare phenomenon, scientists are patiently awaiting the natural decomposition of the remains, which will enable the examination of the skeleton, shedding light on its skeletal composition. Unknown deformed animal. Most deformed animals usually have several other clues that help identify it, but this one didn't seem to have any. In March 2018, beachgoers stumbled upon this strange animal carcass that was found on the outskirts of Brazil's Sierra City.
Vai. Parece
É duro.
Parece o quê? Olha isso.
Parece elefante.
Now, it wasn't just deformation that made identifying this animal hard, but also that the carcass was decomposing quite rapidly. Residents believe that this is either an offspring of a pig or could be some unknown fish. Three-eyed fish. The appearance of this three-eyed mutant may have caught everyone by surprise, when actually it was foretold in a famous animated series, The Simpsons.
Right, we eat tonight.
Residents in New York shared this clip of a unique fish with 3 eyes that suddenly surfaced out of nowhere in Guana's Canal, leaving bystanders shocked.
I think it could be real because, it's always theories about the Gowanus Canal, so it's possible.
Apart from eyes on either side, it had another one in between.
3 eyes actually surprises me.
Coincidentally, with submersible disaster for Donald Trump getting elected,
quite a budget crunch for President Trump,
was also shown aside from the appearance of a similar 3-eyed fish within the series.
1, 2, 3.
Many believe that this is a result of a lab-created specimens or experiment that may have been released into the nature.
Pretty sure they already know, all the chemicals and stuff, everything that goes in there, so I'm pretty sure they're not surprised.
Strange fish snake. Is this a fish or a snake of some kind? Or perhaps both. A Chinese man found this bizarre marine animal that, although looked like a kind of an upside-down fish, but incredibly as long as a snake. Despite it being near the surface of the water, the nature of this creature cannot be assumed, seeing how misty the nature of the lake water. After a couple dozen seconds, the mysterious fish or snake turns around and disappears in the water.
Você tá em guia, dá choque, né? Em guia marítimo. A outra escondeu, ó. Escondeu debaixo da...
According to a couple of experts, this could also have been an eel of some kind. Record-sized hammerhead. If you thought hammerhead sharks aren't as scary as most of its peers, you might want to reconsider seeing this one. A fishing expert and host from the episode of Blacktip, Greg Norman, shared this footage where he, along with his team, managed to bait and catch a massive hammerhead shark that was bigger in overall length than the current world record.
And all of a sudden, this giant hammerhead came flying in on this blacktip.
The hammerhead was first picked up by a drone as it was in pursuit of another much smaller blacktip shark. By using bait, they were able to divert the attention of the hammerhead.
This hammerhead came up and he swallowed him. He swallowed him.
And after a struggle for nearly an hour, they managed to capture it.
Oh my gosh. Ah, it's a giant! Oh my gosh!
Its overall length is 14.7 feet. After measuring and taking some pictures, it was released. Marine animal with legs? Whether this is a territorial animal or a marine, your best guess is as good as mine.
Dinosaur! Take a picture. Oh yeah.
A small group of tourists that were out on a boating trip came across this unrecognizable being, which initially was thought to be a floating carcass of an animal, until the boat closed in on it, and where it reacted by quickly swimming away underwater.
Coyote.
Seeing how it seemingly fled the scene without showing any significance of its own pair of legs left the onlookers not only confused, but as well as terrified. Loch Ness Monster. You know that you're in trouble when you see something like this with a feisty facial expression, especially if it popped out of the blue. A group of tourists were on a ferry tour off the coast of France when they noticed the appearance of this terrifying-looking monster that they never could have perceived to have seen before.
If you're going to see something big and mysterious swimming around in these waters, this is the time when you're going to see it.
It started to purposely bump from under the boat, at which point the captain of the ferry decided to cut the tour short and head back to safety, seeing how this Loch Ness monster didn't follow or nudge. It most likely was just being territorial. Alien fish. During a research expedition off the coast of Brazil, scientists stumbled upon a mysterious fish carcass drifting near the water's surface, captured by an underwater camera initially deployed to monitor turtle behavior. The peculiar fish lacked scales, featured small teeth, and was deemed inedible due to its ample fatty tissue, measuring over 6 feet in length and weighing in at more than 80 pounds. This enigmatic discovery left experts baffled. The scientists preserved the specimen using formaldehyde, harboring hopes of unraveling its secrets and shedding light on an unknown chapter of marine life in the vast and unexplored depths of the ocean. Bended shark. Either this shark is a victim of a serious accident or just another case of deformity by birth. A visitor at the Sea Life London Aquarium uploaded a film of a sand tiger shark that has a huge bump halfway through its back, with the bump so huge that its face is tilted downwards to the ground, almost as if it's a broken bone. Sea Life staff reported the shark is suffering from a scoliosis, is a sideways curve of the spine, which in this case is C-shaped. Since it's the spine that's bent, this condition unfortunately cannot be cured. Mysterious eel surfaces. No one knows if this guy was feeding or actually fishing, but what's clear is that this eel-like being came out of nowhere. A footage dating back to December 2015 shows a man who seems to have been randomly interrupted by this huge, mysterious eel-like animal. Judging from the tiny fishes not eating up the huge eel, it looks like this was rather a snatching attempt made by the eel, leaving all the little ones struggling to push it away. After all, might is right is the only rule whenever it comes to animals in the wild. Arapaimia far from home. Be it change in behavior or migration due to lack of food, this arapaimia was found far from its original habitat. Visitors at the JC Park in Florida found a carcass of an Amazonian river monster.
This is an Amazonian monster known as arapaima.
Arapaima carcass that was discovered in the Kalawachi River. With it being the native to Amazon rainforest, the actual causes of its migration is not known yet.
It was bigger than my 7-year-old. Didn't look like anything I'd heard of or seen before.
Being one of the world's largest predatory fish, having scales as impenetrable as armor, it was classified as a fearsome new invasive predator that weighs hundreds of pounds and is more than 10 feet long. This could easily create an imbalance in Florida's aquatic ecosystem. Unidentified marine species. The fact that the nature of this marine animal is not known, standing next to it isn't a good idea at all. A video from June 2019 taken by an unknown TikTok shows an unidentified marine animal that surfaced by the pier. It looked to have a very long but narrow pointed upper snout with huge eyes that initially frightened many viewers as the footage got viral. With the source being anonymous, no one knows what this could have been. If you happen to have more information about this marine animal, do share with us down in the comments. Jellyfish of deep under. Having something like this suddenly appear would lead most to believe it to be an underwater alien. Back in March 2017, during an inspecting deepwater moorings for fish farming in a Norwegian fjord, a recording camera picked up an encounter with the alien of the deep, Paraphilia jellyfish. It has a translucent bell-shaped body along with long, delicate tentacles that can reach several meters in length. From their bodily mechanism of being adapted to dark, high-pressure conditions and having bioluminescence, their tissues are not equipped to handle the intense ultraviolet radiation. This makes them vulnerable like vampires if they are exposed to the sunlight. Real-life dory. Seems like the real-life dory isn't as friendly as it was shown to be. While heading out for a boating trip, a man discovered this very familiar-looking fish that repeatedly kept appearing at the shallow depth of water before disappearing and then reappearing. Now, what captivated the onlooker's attention was that it had a very resembling look to that of a fictional fish character named Dory from the animated movie Finding Nemo. This combined with the fact that this fish was found to be aggressive, which got the footage to go viral on the internet. Spoonbill catfish. Initially, this might look like another sawfish, when it actually is a spoonbill catfish.
Alright, let's go ahead and center. We don't need to get in trouble. Wow.
Seasoned fishermen in Texas, while out for a catch, managed to reel in a very rare spoonbill catfish.
Wow. Look at that crazy thing.
Due to the restrictions of the state laws with the species vulnerable to extinction,
Texas Parks and Wildlife says an undelayed release.
They decided to not pull it out of the water, but set it free after removing the hook, examining closely and of course taking a few close-up pictures. Prehistoric underwater predator. Hiding underwater is one way to hunt, while this predator is using the added benefit of blind spot as well. A hiker spotted this unidentified predator that looked to be in a blind by the riverbank, presumably waiting to ambush a prey. With the incident recorded from far away, the recorder couldn't get a closer look at it, but judging from the footage, it certainly looks to be a dinosaur, or a prehistoric creature of some kind. If you happen to know more, feel free to share with us down in the comments. Megamouth shark carcass. The sheer force of tsunamis exerts such a profound impact on ocean life that it often results in a bewildering display of marine creatures washing ashore. A striking illustration of this occurred on December 29, 2021, when a colossal 5-meter male megamouth shark was discovered lifeless on the shores of Talasi Light. It is believed that this elusive creature, part of a breed so rare that fewer than 100 specimens have ever been documented, fell victim to turbulent weather conditions, intensified by torrential rain and colossal waves, ultimately leading to its tragic beaching.
Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content.
Mighty wolffish. Most fishes or marine animals usually struggle to breathe and get back into the water. This one decided to deal with the fishermen directly.
I'm scared. I told you.
A fisherman in Florida found himself in a struggle to handle a fully grown wolffish shortly after catching it, as it turned against him.
Look at him trying to bite me. They can bite too.
While he attempted to distract the fish by offering a lobster, which initially it rejected just to get back at him before eventually giving in and taking away the prize. Considering a simple fact that wolffish can also breathe, it certainly could have fought the fisherman all day long. Gigantic whale shark. It's quite unfortunate that this massive whale shark faced such an end.
This is one seriously large, dead whale shark.
This massive whale shark shocked the world after it was discovered off the coast of Pakistan in February 2012. The colossal marine giant, measuring around 40 feet in length and weighing approximately 15,000 pounds, was found entangled in fishing nets. Regrettably, instead of being celebrated for its rarity and protected status as an endangered species, the whale shark was sold at an auction for $2,200 for the fishermen involved. This incident raised concerns among conservationists and environmentalists, highlighting the ongoing challenges in preserving the world's largest fish species, which faces threats such as bycatch and illegal trade, despite international efforts to protect these gentle giants. Bud creature. If you have ever seen a Venus flytrap or a pitcher plant, this one looks like a mix of both, except that it is not a plant. Back in 2016, a peculiar and rather unsettling discovery was made in Malaysia, where a recently identified species emerged, casting an eerie semblance to an otherworldly alien or mutant creature. This bizarre find turned out to be the Talanoids goby, after further analysis by experts. With its unusual appearance and characteristics, this enigmatic species adds another layer to the rich tapestry of biodiversity in Malaysia's waters. Giant squid. Like oarfish, giant squids also live deep underwater and usually only surface before dying. Beachgoers in Fuku Prefecture, central Japan, stumbled upon this 3-meter-long squid that was lying in a shallow pocket of water by the beach, far from its natural habitat.
A 3-meter squid was found alive in Fukui Prefecture, central Japan.
It still looked to have some form of life, but regrettably, it succumbed shortly thereafter.
A local fisherman who found the squid said it was the first time he found a giant squid alive. Unfortunately, it died soon after it was found.
In an effort to unravel the mysteries surrounding this unusual event, the squid was carefully transported to a local aquarium for in-depth research and examination. According to some beliefs, the appearance of squids is taken as an unfortunate sign just before a terrible catastrophe. Fish with wings. Irrespective if you call it a lionfish or just another weird fish, but what's fascinating is to see that this fish actually kind of looks to have fins that look more like wings.
Dude, his little claws in front, that's so crazy.
Found in a type stream in Waikiki, this fish left some viewers stunned seeing its fins so like wings. For a short time, many started to perceive that this fish can actually fly, just by seeing the length of the fins. Later on, marine biologists explained that these fins help the fish pursue and corner its prey, with them getting bigger by the cause of evolution. Frogs with 6 limbs. Having an extra set of limbs might get considered as a form of deformation.
Not at all. It's got an amazing.
When in this case, it looks like an added advantage. In the Thai province of Phao, an extraordinary discovery unfolded. In April 2020, when a farmer's wife stumbled upon a truly unique find, a 6-legged frog. This amphibian, with its astonishing extra limbs, unexpectedly leaped onto the woman's knees as she was feeding an artificially created pond full of frogs which immediately fascinated her. Perhaps the frog actually was going above and beyond to prove it is different and to get recognition for it. Headless frog. Though most frog species are able to regenerate their limbs, this could be some reason that explains how this frog is actually still alive.
It's not your average frog. It's kind of missing a face. It's still alive, somehow.
This video, dating back to November 2011 in Fao, Hawaii, shows a frog with a huge hole in its head, with no visible brain while it was still alive. Now, it makes sense that one can live upon losing a limb, but not when it comes to the brain, even if it does have natural healing ability. Apart from calling it a mutant or a zombie, he had no other possible explanation to how this could be possible. It is, however, believed that since frogs are cold-blooded species, they tend to have the advantage of surviving, even with the most serious injuries. Montauk fluke. While this may initially seem like another weird unknown fish,
oh, what is that?
It is a highly desirable catch for anglers. A group of occasional fishermen reeled in what they identified as a Montauk fluke.
It looks like a fluke.
But had to let it go, despite knowing it to have delicious tender white flesh due to strict regulations in place regarding catch size and bag limits. Responsible fishing practices are crucial to protect and maintain healthy fluke populations. So it's essential for anglers to adhere to local fishing regulations and guidelines to help preserve this popular and delectable species for future generations. Black stick-like creature. In a perplexing discovery in September 2017, an exceedingly strange creature was stumbled upon on the rocky shores of Hinsku, Taiwan, prompting comparisons to a stranded alien life form. This enigmatic specimen bore a striking resemblance to a fusion of a stick insect and a basket star, leaving onlookers bewildered by its otherworldly appearance. With its long, slender body and peculiar appendages, it defied conventional categorization, resembling an entity from the depths of science fiction. Although capturing such a creature would be quite a challenge, only a close examination might seem like the only rational idea to better understand the creature. Broad fish with hump. Not that this fish has any disease or deformity, rather a very interesting skeletal structure. A fisherman from a small village in India's Kerala province found this unique type of fish while reeling in from a river. Judging by the strength it took to pull it out, the fisherman thought it to be a huge fish, only to find a rather bony one. The tail structure, along with little to no fins, just as any deep-sea fish, raised even more questions as to how such a marine animal was spotted in a show water, that too in a river. This picture and video was captured on June 11, 2019, showing a massive catch of a Goliath tigerfish in Africa's Congo River made by Jeremy Wade, who is the host of a popular YouTube channel called River Monsters. Now, although Jeremy only wanted to see this magnificent marine giant up close and learn about it before letting it go, the locals believe that the creature was a gift from God for them all to feast on and should be treated as such.
He tells me this fish has been given to us by God.
Despite this, Jeremy did not wish to take this river monster out of the water, rather set it free. Seeing how this Goliath tigerfish was extremely exhausted and injured, he decided to later have the locals have it.
Although the fish has died, it won't be going to waste.
Seeing how the chances of it surviving on its own were slim to none. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.